Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so did I have Ganzarig Uzibayar on the line? And he is a founder, and the name of his company is Mandel Financial Group. Ganzarig, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Adam, for having me here.
All right, so
Thank
we got a
you.
lot to talk about today. So, overall angle why leaders keep mistaking planning for strategy. And of course, I do want to get into your book as well. So, strategy is attitude, the missing half of strategy. So, I definitely want to talk about that as well. But to get us kicked off here, tell me a little bit about yourself. I see the term founder. Were you always an entrepreneur or like where'd all this start?
No, I actually started as a trader, as a gold trader, actually. I was a precious metals trader at the bank, and
Hmm.
then I rose to a position of CEO. I managed a multi-billion dollar bank, and
Wow.
I became a turnaround specialist before founding my own insurance and capital markets group. So Mandalay Insurance and Capital Markets Group focused on Central Asian markets, actually. Yeah.
Mm.
So I also like to teach and research about strategy, and I love subconscious research. So I've been researching subconscious mind, reading all the psychology literature out there. And I also spent a semester studying psychology at Berkeley, the University of California. So yeah, this is me.
Wow. And am I reading this correctly that let me make sure I have this right before I say it because I could be off. And you're based in Mongolia?
That's right. Yes.
All right, Gonzrig, you're not going to believe this. I don't know if you're on Instagram, but I just did a post about Mongolia. The other co-founder, his name is Chirag Sagar, and this is his second time heading out there. They go on these expeditions and trips. So, bet you didn't think we had a connection to Mongolia over here, did you, Gonzrig?
All right. So she's doing a trip now.
He just got back. Literally, if you see on
Oh.
Instagram, Ask Adam Torres, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, this is so small. I'm gonna have to introduce you at Chirac so you guys can. He goes
No,
out there
yeah.
once a year or so. So I'm gonna definitely connect you two
Nice.
after
Yeah.
this. That's hilarious. I was like, ah, he keeps telling me to
Ah,
go. Well, let's switch it up a bit here. So
good.
Mandel Financial Group. Maybe start with telling me a little bit about the firm, please.
Yeah. So we have now currently have seven companies, three insurance companies, one investment bank, and one asset management firm, which manages about wealth and asset management for about 120,000 investors. So yeah, we're our home base is in Mongolia. We're expanding out of Mongolia to Central Asian markets. And I mean, if you
Mm,
will, these are all post-communist countries. So transitioned from communism to democracy about 36 years ago,
mm,
1990s.
hmm.
So yeah, some capital markets and those concepts are quite new over there. So I mean, this is
Yeah.
an exciting place to work. Yeah.
Absolutely. I did a panel on Mongolia in Singapore last year, and that's where the whole panel and everything was about. And I was interviewing, of course, I'm not the subject matter expert. I might
Wow.
not be the subject matter expert on anything, to be honest, Kazuri.
Oh no.
But hold on,
Don't say that.
circling back.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I ask the questions. It's fine. I ask good questions. That's my job. But
Wow.
I did learn about the area quite a bit from that panel and and how things are moving and just the opportunity. So super interesting. Circling back to your book, I definitely get before, I got to get into this book. What led to this? So strategy is attitude, the missing half of strategy. So what led to you writing this?
Well, actually, since I became a CEO 20 years ago, I've been trying to apply all those frameworks, tools on strategy. I've been reading strategy research, strategy theories, best-selling
Mm,
books. But to my frustration, most of them failed the test of the real life, real strategic situations.
interesting.
And then I went into this subconscious analysis, and then I realized many of the strategy frameworks and theories they missed the half, as the name of the book.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. What do you hope the readers get from this? So two-part question. What do you hope the readers will get from this, and who are you targeting with this? Like, who's the ideal avatar to pick up this book and read it?
Yeah. So unlike business schools, I'm targeting everyone because I deeply believe that strategy is for everyone. So, I mean, as a young professional who's doing a career,
Hmm.
he or she needs a strategy. Parents who are dealing with the teenage kids, they need a strategy. So, I mean, who do you want your kids to become as a grown up adults? I would tell those parents, you should raise strategists. So,
Interesting.
yeah, the politicians, scientists, artists. So, strategy is this foundational human capability that's used for everything. But this modern society thinks of strategy only belonging to military
Mm-hmm.
or business, right? So, no, I
Hmm.
think it's for everybody.
Hmm. So, can you give me like, I normally like to let my readers, especially when there's authors that are on, and especially when it comes to a book like Strategy, can you give me like an application, like a tool, like something small, something obviously only so much we can do on a podcast. And I want my audience to definitely go and pick up a copy and we'll talk about that and we'll definitely put some links in the show notes. But are there any like quick takeaways or tips or like, is there something that the audience can apply today from the book?
Right. So, two parts. One is the process part. So, let me begin. So, everybody needs strategy. Why? Because everyone faces problem, challenge, or opportunities in their lives. So, what do you use to
Hmm.
tackle with these challenges and opportunities is you use strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So, for strategy as a process, the most important step you do is the diagnosis. We call the strategist, we call it the situation analysis or a
Mm-hmm.
diagnosis, as if in the case of the doctors, right? If
Mm-hmm.
doctor is prescribing antibiotics without doing diagnosis, then that's a bad doctor. So, but that's actually what 99% of the people do. So for teenage problem, family quarrel, or business problems, like community problems, people jump into solution right away, like a knee-jerk reaction. And
Mm-hmm.
majority of those solutions are wrong or turns into a wrong results because there's no diagnosis. It's just like prescribing wrong antibiotics for a patient who actually perhaps doesn't need it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the first advice. Never jump into solution, but do the diagnosis, and the diagnosis will reveal the solution itself. You never find the diagnosis yourself, solution yourself. The
Yeah.
diagnosis reveals the solution. That's the first huge advice. And the second one is the diagnosis or the situation analysis we call is so demanding. So
Mm.
everybody's trying to do that through their conscious mind, like on the paper, data mining, data analysis, customer survey, or just like using their conscious mind. But then if we divide our brain function into two types, it's
Mm-hmm.
conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So now it's already discovered that subconscious mind is hundreds of thousands times more powerful than the conscious mind. So conscious mind can be thought of a personal computer from 1990s, very
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah.
But subconscious mind can be compared to a supercomputer, vastly
Mm.
superior in terms of computing power. So, as a strategist, you need to be relying on your subconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the second big takeaway from the book. And then the book teaches how actually you use subconscious to become a strategist like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, or Chinggis Khan. Chinggis Khan I used as a central example for the book. So, yeah, diagnosis is the most important step, but to do diagnosis, you need to use your subconscious. So these
Mm.
are two major sort of,
I always
revelation.
like when like and that sounds great, but I always have to take it back to this question. So if you don't know there's like something's missing and it might be right in front of you, like are there any signs? Like when it's a leader in an organization or something what if they're missing it and it's right in front of them the whole time?
Yeah, so it's the attitude, right? Attitude is missing because just let me take an example. Now,
Mm-hmm.
let's imagine there's a CEO, like a big CEO of a multi-billion dollar corporation. And
Mm-hmm.
then we put very thick customer analysis in front of him on his table. But if this person is selfish and egocentric person, then he would have no chance getting the untold stories from those research or these analysis. He
Mm.
would never understand customer. He would never feel the customer or never get the customer needs, even
Mm-hmm.
though we provide him with the best analysis ever. So that's why the attitude is the most important. If you are lacking the attitudes that makes you a strategist, then no other strategic tool is going to supplement what you're missing. So yeah, I
Are
mean,
you
I don't
born?
know
Are you
if
born
this
with
is
this attitude, or can it be like if I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh man, my attitude doesn't feel right? Like, is there is there a way to help me or what?
yeah. I mean, Adam, so good news is everybody's born with these strategic attitudes.
Okay, that is good news. Thank you. Go ahead,
Yeah.
continue.
So it's latent human capability. So
Mm,
it's developed through evolutionary process of last 4 million years. So I always ask from my students, what did we do last 4 million years? We did strategy. And
mm,
this is a proof. We're sitting and we're using this technology and talking with one another, right? So
absolutely.
yeah, product development is strategy. So to survive is strategy. But
Mm,
nowadays, because of modern education system and this overwhelming negative contents on social media, our latent strategic capabilities and attitudes are gradually and silently being dismissed.
mm,
So we're becoming more like egocentric, and within our subconscious there are many forces. Actually,
yeah.
subconscious is a vast supercomputer, but I didn't say it's filled with the best programs out there. We have
Hmm.
emotions, we have biases, we have survival instincts, and we have bad habits. So even
Mm,
though we own this supercomputer, there are those many bad programs or softwares are at play competing for the bandwidth. So
mm,
that's why we need to awaken these latent strategic attitudes that I call, and these are just simple, just three attitudes: giving, customer perspective, and productive. And
mm.
everyone's born with these. Yeah.
Gonzrig, this has been an absolute pleasure having you on today. I looked up the book, looks amazing. I saw it's on Amazon, and I know you have so much more to give. If my audience listening wants to follow up, connect with you and your team, or if they want to grab a copy of the book, how do they do that?
Yeah, so books now being sold on Amazon and available on Kindle, and also the your readers and listeners could check into my website, strategiesattitude.com. It's easy,
Hmm.
yeah.
Fantastic. For everybody listening, just so you know, we'll definitely put some links in the show notes so that you can just click on the links, head right on over, connect with Gonzarig and his team. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. You heard me correct. Each and every day, we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So hit that subscribe or follow button. And Gonzarig, been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Adam.